Hey, Astro Kids, and welcome back. And in today's video, we'll be talking about the Chara Karakas. And this will be the first part of this explanation. This is just getting into what are the Chara Karakas? What do they mean? Then in future videos, we will talk about what they actually mean when they are placed in certain positions of the chart. So firstly, what are Chara Karakas? Well, the word char means movable, and Karaka means significator. So in astrology, each of the planets represents something specific within our lives. They are all life significators. But in Jaimini's system, we have Chara Karakas, which means that the planets don't necessarily represent anything specific, but instead they are changeable. They can represent anything in the chart, depending upon the degree of the planet. So if we combine this with the regular significations, this gives us even more detail about what each planet will represent in our chart. There is a specific order of the Chara Karakas. You want to see what are the degrees of the planet. The planet with the highest degree will always be the Atmakaraka, with the lowest planetary degree being the Dara Karaka. So there is actually a list on the screen here where you can see from highest to lowest degree which planet represents which Karaka. So first of all, let's talk about the Atmakaraka. The Atmakaraka corresponds with the first house of the chart, which means that this Karaka represents who you are as an individual. It is a part of your physical appearance, your personality, the way that you come across to others. It is your overall life and experience, the lessons that come to you in this lifetime. It represents everything that has to do with the first house of the birth chart. The Amachakaraka represents everything about the second and eighth house of the chart. So second and eighth house have a lot to do with what sustains us, what supports us, what nourishes us. Therefore, the word amacha actually means companion, the one who supports the king. So this represents everything that sustains us, both within our individual lives and through our shared partnerships as well. Karaka means brothers. So this represents our connections with others, especially through the third house significance. It represents our younger sibling. The ninth house is also involved. So ultimately, this represents the knowledge that we receive in life, both lower knowledge, which is seen in the third house, and higher knowledge found in the ninth house of the chart. Matre means mother. So the Matra Karaka is connected with the fourth house of the chart of the mother, the homeland, the country, of everything that has to do with your private life and your connection with home and family. It also, though, includes the 10th house of the chart, which has to do with your public life, which actually has to do with the karmas, the actions that we perform in the public. Then we have the Putra Karaka. The word Putra actually means son. And for reference, this just means children in general. So this represents the fifth house of the chart, showing our inner child and also the children that we create with this position as well. So our connection with younger people is strongly seen through this. Also, everything that has to do with children, our education, about learning, about creativity, is all seen through the Putra Karaka, everything that is signified by the fifth house of the chart. But it also includes the 11th house of our gains and social network as well. The Janati Karaka represents everything that is contained in the 6th and 12th houses of the chart. So both of these are Dushtana houses, which means that this is going to bring some difficulties and challenges. So we can always see obstacles by looking at this specific Karaka in the chart. The last and final one that is typically used in the Jaimini system is the Dara Karaka. Dara Karaka represents the 7th house. So primarily it has to do with the spouse, with our marriage partner, but also it has to do with everything that is contained in the 7th house, such as business partners and doing business in the marketplace. There's also an additional Karaka that is sometimes used. There are debates over which system of Karaka should be used. So there's a 7 Karaka system and an 8 Karaka system. And in the 8 Karaka system, we use the Pitra Karaka. Pitri means father, our forefathers, so it is connected with our ancestors. So this can also be used. And typically with this, I always say to use what resonates most with you. Now, I have an example on the screen of Abraham Lincoln, and we can clearly see by the degrees in his chart which karakas are the signifactors. So Mercury obviously holds the highest degree in the chart, so it will become the Atma Karaka. So that is the actual significator of who he was and what his life was about. Venus becomes the Amacha Karaka. So that is connected again with the second house and the eighth house. So has a lot to do with how he was able to gain sustenance. So through the ability to gain wealth, to gain security, is seen through the placement of Venus. Saturn was the Bratra Karaka in his chart. So Saturn also represents the third house and ninth house significations in his chart. But if we use the 8 Karaka system, then Rahu would become the Bratra Karaka. So again, it depends upon which system you want to look at the most. Now the moon becomes the Matra Karaka or Saturn, depending upon which system you use. So this would represent the significations of the 4th house and the 10th house in the chart. The sun then would represent the Janati Karaka, and Jupiter would represent the Dara Karaka, the spouse of the chart. In the 8 Karaka system, we also included the moon as the Pitra Karaka. So I hope you all enjoyed this. If you like this, don't forget to leave a like. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next video.